about the perspective that the universe is a great living being, constantly moving and developing. Each planet, star, and galaxy are complex structures, interconnected like organs in a complete body. The universe is alive, changing, and evolving, similar to how an organism grows and exists. However, the true meaning of the universe remains a question without a precise answer. The universe always harbors inexplicable mysteries, forcing humans to contemplate and seek answers. Is the universe a conscious being or not? Or is it simply a collection of random elements and events? In 2009, Dwayne Elgin, an American author, speaker, educator, advisor, and media activist, proposed a solution to enact major change, healing deep divisions within the human community. That is the awareness that the universe is a great living being, constantly moving and developing. And we humans are on a journey of self-discovery within it. The living universe. Who are we? Where are we? And where are we going? The living universe. Who are we? Where are we? And where are we going? Elgin argues that we cannot understand who we are or the journey we are on if we do not know where we are and do not comprehend the universe in which we exist. The future of humanity revolves around how we answer the question, do we regard the universe as a living entity or a dead one? The first person to consider the universe as a great organism was the Greek philosopher Anaxagoras. But the idea of the universe as a giant living being truly originates from the famous philosopher Plato, followed by Stoic philosophers and Plotinus based on Neoplatonism. Many scientific studies also present the view that the universe is an extremely large living body, existing in a dimension different from humanity. Wormhole. He believed the universe is a four-dimensional space, while humans are three-dimensional beings unable to comprehend this four-dimensional space. Stephen Hawking went a step further by suggesting the universe has an infinite four-dimensional structure. So, regarding our universe, does it have life and consciousness or not? As someone with extensive direct experience in experiments exploring whether the universe is a living system, and having been a research subject for NASA, Dwayne Elgin believes that by drawing insights from scientific fields and existing evidence, we can perceive the universe as a living system or being. Elgin points out that many scientific theories about the nature of life are based on animals and plants. However, a limitation of our understanding of life within these familiar forms is the confusion between the material manifestation of life and the energy of life itself. Form is not life, but merely the container of life. We need to expand our inquiry into the meaning of life. Determining whether a virus is alive illustrates the difficulty scientists face in clearly distinguishing between living and non-living matter. A virus itself is a non-living entity, but when it finds a suitable host, it can rapidly self-replicate and evolve into new, more contagious forms. Because the ability to replicate and evolve is a fundamental element of life. Viruses exist in the gray area between life and non-life. It is no surprise that there is no widely accepted definition of life. Is life an invisible energy or inseparable from the physical agent of that energy? While many scientists apply only a few criteria to describe a living system, Elgin proposes a series of 6 criteria to consider whether the universe is alive. It is a list of strict criteria that the universe must meet if we regard it as a living system. Let's examine them, based on insights from authoritative sources in system science and cosmology. How can our universe, which seems mostly empty space with distinct components from atoms, humans, planets, galaxies, galaxy clusters to superclusters, be an undivided entity? One of the remarkable discoveries of quantum physics is non-locality, where quantum entanglement is considered a typical case. Previously, scientists believed instantaneous communication could not occur between two distant points, that it took time for a message to travel from one place to another, even at the speed of light. Because other galaxies are millions of light years away from us, they seem so distant as to be completely separate from our existence. However, scientific experiments show that, despite seemingly insurmountable distances, everything in the universe is profoundly interconnected in reality.
Experiments have repeatedly demonstrated that subatomic particles can communicate instantaneously with each other, regardless of the distance between them. The renowned physicist David Bohm explained this phenomenon by describing the universe as a giant three-dimensional hologram reconstructed at every moment.
At every moment, every part of the universe contains information about the whole universe. Similarly, if you take a holographic image of a person and then cut the image in half, when each half is illuminated, it will contain the entire original image, albeit fainter. But if each half is cut in half again, each part will contain a smaller but complete version of the original. The whole is in every part, and every part is in the whole. Non-locality exists not due to extremely rapid messaging at the subatomic level, but because separation does not occur. Bohm said that ultimately we must view the entire universe as a single, indivisible whole. Instead of dividing the universe into living and non-living entities, he saw matter as animate and inanimate, like a lotus inseparable from its life force. Life force exists throughout the universe. For Bohm, even a rock itself has a unique living existence, because life force is dynamically flowing through the entire structure of the universe. The distinguished physicist John Wheeler argued that when speaking of the universe, one must cross out the old word, observer, and replace it with the new word, participant. In a strange sense, the universe is a participatory universe for every individual. Criterion 2. The universe is an ocean of background energy. The second important characteristic of living systems is the flow of energy through them. What about our universe? Is there any evidence of energy flowing throughout the universe, in vast seemingly empty spaces?
Scientists have discovered that the universe began accelerating its expansion about 5 billion years ago, and currently the expansion is becoming increasingly vigorous.
Researchers were stunned to discover that an extraordinary energy exists everywhere in the universe, pushing cosmic entities apart. This is called dark energy, and it is estimated to constitute 73% of the matter in the universe. Additionally, scientists also know that throughout the universe exists an ocean of background energy called zero-point energy,
which is the energy at absolute zero, corresponding to a temperature of 0 degrees Kelvin.
We cannot see zero-point energy because it is everywhere and permeates everything. Although it is still unclear how zero-point energy relates to dark energy.
It is evident that these astonishing background energies continuously flow through the universe.
Whatever we call it, the zero-point energy of the universe is incredibly vast. Physicist David Bohm calculated that 2.54 cubic centimeters of empty space
contain more energy than millions of atomic bombs.
This hidden ocean of energy is a fundamental reality. Many scientists have now invented zero-point energy electronic devices. This is no longer a fantasy. Criterion 3.
A universe continuously reborn. Another important characteristic of living systems is continuous regeneration. For example, the outer layer of human skin renews itself every 2 weeks.
We get a new liver approximately every 2 months, and the bones in our body are completely replaced every 7 to 10 years. The living universe theory views creation not as a one-time event but as a continuous process. The entire singular story is maintained moment by moment by an uninterrupted flow of energy. The regeneration perspective suggests why the vast energy permeating the universe must continuously recreate the entire universe, including the fabric of space-time and matter energy. For example, if we go to the center of an atom, what we find is almost entirely empty space. If the center or nucleus of an atom were expanded to the size of a golf ball,
The surrounding electrons will extend outward about a mile and a half. The electrons surrounding the atomic nucleus are moving extremely fast, trillions of times per second.
So much so that they appear as a hazy cloud. The deeper we look into the center of matter, the less material it seems to become.
Upon close examination, matter dissolves into knobs of energy in space-time, whose dynamic stability is the appearance of solid, enduring objects.
It is astonishing how this swirling, flowing motion combines to manifest the ordinary world around us. If we go into the center of space, what we find is dynamism, energy, and structure. Space is not a pre-existing emptiness waiting to be filled by matter. Instead, like matter, it emerges at every moment. Space exists as actively as matter, both being enlivened and wholly sustained. Empty space is a transparent, dynamically constructed entity, full of immense levels of energy and motion. With the dynamism of both matter and space, the universe, in David Bohm's words, is an indivisible wholeness in flowing motion. From this perspective, the entire universe is being reborn at every moment in a single symphony being performed.
Unfolding from the most microscopic aspects of the subatomic realm to the vast expanse of billions of galactic systems, the universe is considered a fundamental unit of continuous creation.
Mathematician Norbert Wiener said, "We are not things that exist, but patterns that persist forever." Whirlpools in a flowing river are ceaselessly changing, all flows forming a grand symphony in which we are all players. A single creative performance, a universe.
Criterion 4. The universe is capable of self-reproduction. A necessary capability for any living system is the ability to self-reproduce.
So how could our universe give birth to baby universes? A surprising insight from the frontiers of physics suggests the answer. Our universe may reproduce itself through the functioning of black holes. Astrophysicist John Griffin explains that the formation of our universe in the Big Bang is the time-reversed mirror image of the collapse of a massive celestial body into a black hole. According to him, many black holes forming in our universe may represent portals to new universes, rather than a one-way journey to nothingness. Many researchers now believe it is a one-way journey to somewhere, to a newly expanding universe, within its own set of spaces. Griffin's precise conclusion is that our universe could have been born this way, from a black hole in another universe. If one universe exists, it seems there must be many, perhaps even countless universes.
Our universe must be seen as a component of an extremely large number of universes.
A self-reproducing system only connected by space-time tunnels, linking a baby universe to its mother. The insight that there could be many universes evolving over time is not a recent development. Theologian David Hume noted in 1779 that many previous universes may have been destroyed and burst forth throughout an eternal duration, before our universe. Increasingly, cosmologists suggest that a universe evolves like other living systems by passing on favorable traits to its offspring. Successful universes are those that leave the most offspring. Many cosmologists now call our universe one of many baby universes. All exist within a vast, larger universe sometimes called the superuniverse, parent universe, or multiverse. Conspire. Therefore, if the universe is alive, we would expect to discover evidence of consciousness, active at every level of existence. Indeed, physicists have discovered consciousness at the quantum level. Freeman Dyson wrote the following about consciousness at the quantum level.
Matter in quantum mechanics is not an inert substance but an active agent, continuously making choices among alternative possibilities.
It seems mind is manifested by the ability to make choices to some degree inherent in an electron. German physicist Max Planck once said, all matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force. We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind.
This mind is the matrix of all matter.
David Bohm stated that at the quantum level, a quality akin to the spirit of matter is strongly revealed in the form of the wave function, manifested in the motion of particles. At a higher level, the atomic level, researchers have discovered that molecules consisting of no more than a few simple proteins are capable of elementary perception. That is a sign of a living system. As one of the researchers who made this discovery said, "We were very surprised that such simple proteins could function like that. They had their own mind." Moving up from molecules, scientists studying bacteria, amoebas, and yeast, single-celled organisms have discovered that they are highly social beings, possessing unique forms of language. These single-celled organisms are not loners. Instead, they're connected as a community and use chemicals to communicate with each other. Moving to a higher level of complexity in the plant world. Scientists have discovered that plants can communicate with each other using sophisticated scent molecules, can send chemical signals to repel insects, and can also attract insects that eat pests on their leaves. Notably, Cleve Baxter, a former CIA employee in 1966, when accidentally attaching lie detector electrodes to a dragon tree. He discovered that plants also have high-level emotional activities similar to human feelings. They are happy when cared for, fearful when encountering someone doing harm, and can sense threats from human thoughts. Moving to the animal world, we find elements of consciousness similar to humans not existing uniquely in humanity as we previously thought. For example, the ability of self-awareness is not limited to humans. Great apes as well as elephants, dolphins, magpies, and pigeons can recognize themselves in a mirror. The capacity for empathy and feeling for other animals has been observed in primates, dolphins, whales, elephants, dogs, hippos, birds, and even some rodents. Moving to the human world, many scientists have discovered that consciousness is not located in the brain but exists outside the body.
Experiments in extrasensory perception as well as studies on meditation, near-death experiences show that human consciousness can connect directly with the universe.
Elgin believes that we all have intuitive abilities and are literally connected to the universe.
An empathic connection with the universe is not limited to a few people with special abilities.
It is a normal part of the universe's functioning and accessible to everyone. In summary, evidence accumulated at many levels, from atoms, molecules to humans, shows that a field of consciousness permeates the universe and is mobilized by various living systems in ways that support and sustain their activities. Criterion 6. The universe has a foundation of freedom. Another attribute of living systems is their freedom of choice. Without some measure of freedom of choice, we exist as meaningless machines. Is our universe a mechanical system with no real freedom at its foundation? Or is it a living system with the freedom to grow and develop in innovative ways? The Newton-Cartesian model of physics envisioned a deterministic universe where, once the laws governing things are understood, everything could be predicted. Conversely, discoveries from quantum physics reveal that uncertainty is inherently built into the fabric of the universe. At the quantum level, where our universe takes shape, the certainty we observe on a macroscopic scale dissolves, leaving only probabilities in its place. The foundation of the universe is a seething quantum state with immense energy, and this is precisely the realm of probability, potential, and estimated outcomes. Freedom and uncertainty are intrinsic at the quantum level, where the universe continuously recreates itself and offers us the opportunity to exercise our freedom to do the same. Freedom permeates our lives. The world is a collective improvisation, and we possess the creative freedom to rise above the habits of nature. While uncertainty and freedom are fundamental to the universe, freedom is not without limits. Everything that exists contributes to the overall cosmic network at every moment, whether it is conscious of its participation or not. In turn, the interaction of all parts of the universe determines the state of the whole. Thus, we have great freedom to act, but only within the boundaries established by the broader network of life. Who are we and where are we headed?
From the perspective of a living organism, the components that make up the universe, such as galaxies, black holes, stars, nebulae, planets, and even ourselves,
can be seen as cells of a colossal living body, in other words, the constituent parts of the cosmic organism.
Living beings are characterized by elements like growth, development, reproduction, and death, and the universe is no different, according to scientific assessment.
In fact, science believes the universe is expanding, which equates to growth. This also means that, in the distant future, the universe may come to an end, much like all other living organisms.
Indeed, this perspective has gained a certain level of recognition. Many people believe the universe possesses a distinct life of its own.
Our understanding of the universe is akin to how we interpret single-celled organisms and lower life forms. With just a two-dimensional blueprint or a three-dimensional perspective, these simple structures can be understood and clearly seen. But in reality, the universe resembles a complex organism, even more intricate than an ordinary living being.
Our Earth compared to the universe is like a single-celled organism compared to a human.
Moreover, the physical laws we study and discover are perhaps similar to our own physiological laws. We rely on physiological laws to maintain the normal functioning of our bodies. Similarly, the universe relies on physical laws to operate normally. Therefore, if the universe truly is a living organism, it might also be part of an even larger living entity. Within its body, there are many different types of cells. The shapes of these cells and their internal structures are not necessarily identical. Just as scientists speculate that beyond this universe, there are many other universes. These universes do not adhere to the same physical laws, and everything within them is different. Under the night sky with twinkling stars, the universe stretches boundlessly, holding the unforeseeable mysteries of nature. Despite humanity's great milestones in space exploration, the universe still conceals wonders and unpredictability. The sense of fascination and the thrill of exploring space never diminishes. Each time humans venture into space, new mysteries are unveiled, awakening endless curiosity and a thirst for discovery. The universe is a wondrous adventure awaiting us. With patience and an open mind, humanity will continue to decode these mysteries, uncovering new and marvelous things in the endless journey through space.